Crypto Morning TA. Good morning, everybody. It's August 16th, 2021. My name is Piano Matty B. That is Scaramucci's, and this is your Morning TA. A brief window into the crypto markets where the sun's shining, where the wind's blowing, all the humble opinion of this piano. Zamboni bringing the data. The Fear and Greed Index has increased to 72 from yesterday's 71. And Nosy Miss Nussbaum's social media market sentiment in a rent control department in Queens has dipped down to 65%, which means every time people talk about Bitcoin, it has a 65% positivity rate. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Well, Bitcoin decided to take her easy this weekend. All day Friday, it couldn't stop talking about its big plans, starting way back at 44.3. It was going to go to the lake and do some tubing, pick up the Babinski twins over from across the bay and have a bonfire by the dock. Stay up real late and watch the meteor showers with the Babinski twins. Maybe catch the Grunion run in the morning. And then if they're so darn tootin', heading to town for the pancake breakfast at the fire hall. Then after that, they were...
Hi, son. I hope you get this message before you head out to the lake because the motor on the boat seized up and I had to take her to the shop, so there's that. Also, it looks like the power's out at the lake and the entire area may or may not be burning down as we speak, so let's cross our fingers on that one. Also, the Babinski twins' father told me to tell you that they're staying in Winnipeg this weekend because they both have poison ivy. But if you get out there, could you mow the entire lawn, stack the wood, and finish painting the deck? Great. See you Monday.
So no, we didn't hit 50K. She stalled out at 48.1. And after yesterday's hammer candle, a bullish continuation candle, and it's bullish because the price went all the way down. Before the bull said enough's enough and took the price action all the way back up. And that's bullish momentum. And it looks like a hammer. Bum. We're currently sitting at what appears to be a shooting star or croquet mallet. Almost the exact opposite of a hammer candle, which makes me think. Could we see a little more downward movement to test the 200 MA before heading back up again? It's like this week might be part of the musical where the lead character goes off and all the supporting actors, or altcoins, get to do their little song and dance number about hope and momentum, called When the Cat's Away. The oats will play. When I look at this one lower low, it gives me pause and begs the question, is 45K and 48K the new channel to bounce around in this week? On the daily, we have the 200 MA that will act as nice bouncing support. And on the 4 hour, we have the 20 MA and the 50 MA to pick up sloppy seconds. If need be, and way out on the weekly, we have a reassuring tailwind of the 20 MA tapping us ever so slightly on the bum. Not in a contact HR and put in a complaint type of tap on the bum. It's a you can do this, buddy. I believe in you kind of tap on the bum. Bum. And check out the 4 green candles in a row on the weekly. Now, when I asked Historical Norm about 4 green candles in a row, he said, the last couple times we saw 4 in a row on the weekly. The 5th week was a cool-off week. So I bet you a nickel to a donut this week might be chilly. And I said, Historical Norm, what about money flow and supply shock? Does that not trump technical analysis? And what do you mean a nickel to a donut? I don't get how that makes sense, like a nickel to a donut. Bum. And he turned to me and he flicked his cigarette out the window and said, kid, you're catching on. But remember, we're playing the same game as our psychopathic elected elite. That's right, it's a long game. So zoom out and have a fantastic day. the BitBoy Crypto Morning Tea. Oh, that's an ominous sounding ending chord for the beginning of a week. And chit, 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 ching.